What is going on? Welcome to the Courtside Talk with Eric podcast, and today I'll be talking about how Joel Embiid is number one in my NBA MVP race. Let's get to it. In this 2021 season, Joel Embiid has had a huge season for the Philadelphia 76ers. He's averaged 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. He has led the Philadelphia 76ers to the number one spot in the Eastern Conference with 22 wins and 11 losses. Joel Embiid is dominating the big man in today's NBA. This is really the Embiid that inside the NBA TNT really wanted to see out of him. You know, he's really playing tremendous this season. I think that this is his best season. He's number one on my NBA MVP race. And I just think, you have to look at the fact that his team is number one in the Eastern Conference, and he is also having huge numbers. He's almost averaging 30 points. That is 7 more points than his last year, where he averaged 23 points. He's just playing great. And that 76ers team is really making a lot of noise in the Eastern Conference. Yes, you have the Brooklyn Nets one game below them, but that's still a team that we did not really expect to be as great as they are right now. Personally, I did not expect them to be as great. I thought it was going to be the same Philadelphia 76ers team that we see every year who fails in the playoffs. I think this team has the potential to really make it to the finals. This team definitely has the potential to make it to the finals. They are not the team that I predict to make it in the finals in the Brooklyn Nets, but I believe that with Embiid playing at this rate and him dominating the post like he is at this rate, this team might be a finals lock. Because when you put Joel Embiid versus teams like the Brooklyn Nets, who do not have a defensive big, that is a huge problem. Like Shaq has said, that is barbecue chicken. If you put Joel Embiid versus a Jeff Green, that is barbecue chicken. He is definitely making a great year and a very statement season for his career so far in this 2021 season. And a big thing about the 76ers, they had a new coach this season in Doc Rivers. And I think Doc Rivers is also a part of Joel Embiid being very successful in the starting games that he's been having. This 76ers team is looking pretty tough. They are a really great defensive team. You have Ben Simmons, who's probably one of the best on-ball defenders. And you also have Joel Embiid, who's carrying them in the defensive post. And you also have some guys that's coming off the bench that are pretty good. And you also have Tyrese Maxey, who's a pretty good rookie and defensive player. They have a whole lot of weapons, and everything is catering around Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, and it's really working out for the Philadelphia 76ers this season. I have to give Joel Embiid his props where it is due, because I have been one of the people in the NBA community who has been hard on Joel Embiid, who have thought that he should be more dominant than he actually is in this game. And he's really shut the mouths of all the commentators and all the sport writers of how great he is really playing. He's almost averaging 30 points per game as a center. He's really turned himself. I was one of the people who Nikola Jokic really surprised me last year and really turned me into thinking that Nikola Jokic was the best center in the league. Now, around this time, Joel Embiid has really made me eat my words this season, as he's proven that he is the best center in the league. And the thing about the difference between those two players is that you have a more offensive center in Nikola Jokic. He's a passer, he's a rebounder, he can score the ball. But with Joel Embiid, he's more of a two-way player. He can play incredible defense, and he can also play incredible offense. His offense has been great this year, in my opinion. He's been getting to the line a lot. He's been getting in the paint, getting those easy buckets. We also, I think I also seen him dunk over LeBron James. He's really been on a different level this season. I don't think no one really matches up in my eyes. You could say in the MVP race, you could say LeBron James. I had LeBron James first a couple of weeks ago, but I've changed my mind due to how great Joel Embiid is playing. He is playing great, and the great thing about it, he is staying healthy. We have not seen Joel Embiid stay this healthy and throughout his whole career in the NBA. He started his first 2 seasons not even playing a single game because of that foot injury. So it is beautiful to see that he is staying healthy and and he is staying like a great, consistent player that he is. And I think he's definitely number one in the MVP race. You know, people can bring up names like LeBron James. You can bring up Stephen Curry. You can bring up Nikola Jokic, Damian Lillard, plenty in a macro of a lot of players that you can bring up. But my pick for MVP as of right now is Joel Embiid. You know, he's really made sport writers, sport commentators really eat their words from his last year postseason performance. You know, he didn't even have that much help. Somebody can say you didn't have that much help from last season, but you know, he's really playing great. I had to make a video about my man Joel Embiid because he is balling. There's no question in my mind that Joel Embiid is number one on the MVP race. Well, that is all, folks. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out my social media networks, all under Courtside Talk with Eric. And remember, Courtside Talk with Eric, doing sports the 757 way. Thank you.